Well, good Friday evening, everyone. I hope that you're enjoying whatever it is that you're up to tonight. And I wanted to join you live for a while because I've been thinking a lot about this topic, and I've been brainstorming and I've been journaling, and I'll probably be writing some blogs about it. It'll definitely show up on my website, but I just wanted to talk to you all tonight a little bit more about the standard. Hey, Gracelyn. I want to talk to you all a little bit more about the standard of how we treat others who are different than us, because I know that a lot of you all do not just surround yourself with like-minded people. It's impossible. Like, we live in a world full of diverse, free-willed individuals, and we are constantly sharing ideas and information with huge communities. And I was talking to my coworker today about how we work in a very diverse workplace full of musicians who have all different kinds of backgrounds and beliefs and lifestyles. And we were discussing how there are two of my colleagues have very different beliefs, and they are not necessarily in agreement with each other about some pretty important intrinsic values, but every day they manage to see each other, smile, shake hands, hey Salman, and continue on with their lives. And I think that that is a really good, seriously low standard, but it's kind of earth-shattering and groundbreaking for some people because the bar has not been set that high for the way we treat other people. We are used to being able to treat people who are different from us in any capacity as though they are less than us. Do they believe different things? They're less than. Do they look different? Less than. Do they worship or pray or eat differently? Less than. And because that bar has been set so high, a simple effort to be kind to someone is unbelievable. Like, we can't imagine that happening. I honestly think that's why there are so many people who are obsessed with like animal lovers and that kind of thing, because animals treat everybody pretty much the same. Either they're scared of you or they like you, the end. And I think as people, we really have to strive to do a little bit better, because the way that you act is a reflection of the way that you worship. So for my Christians out there, like, unfortunately or not really, people have really low expectations of us because they're used to Christians being very ethnocentric, and the way that you have learned to practice your beliefs is, hey Bethany, the only correct way. And I think that as Christians, us being kind to those who are different than us and believe differently than us and worship differently than us can go a really long way in sharing the love that we know and the God who we know, because no one wants to talk to you. Hey, happiness. Hey, girl. No one wants to talk to you if you are constantly judging them or sharing prejudiced beliefs or being unkind. Like, I really want to encourage you all to, when you come into contact with someone who does think differently than you, who does believe differently than you, take time to engage them just in conversation, not so that you can respond or convince, but so that you can truly understand what they believe and why they believe it. Because as much as you want other people to give you that same opportunity, I think that it has to be given. Especially, again, because Christianity is the prominent belief system in America that comes with sort of a duality. Yeah, it's wonderful that there are so many like-minded people, but people who aren't like us have less interest in us because they view Christianity as like this long-standing power and they don't want anything to do with it. So if you engage someone just in hearing their heart, that's such a beautiful thing. Like, who are we to say that God doesn't listen to those people praying whatever prayers they're praying and still hear their heart? I mean, He created them, right? He loves them. So I think if we just seek to be kind first, if we seek to talk and converse with others, there will come a point where, yeah, we can share what we believe and we can share the love that we know and the truth that we know. And hopefully it will inspire them to dig deeper and look for more in their faith. And I think that when you start there, you can be a lot more impactful just as a human being in your surroundings so that when you come into contact with someone who is different, they still know that they're loved. They still know that they're valued. They still know that they have a place in this environment and that they're welcome. Because I think that we've come to a place where we find differences scary and we find differences threatening, but really we should find them engaging. I think it's such an incredible, beautiful world that God's created, where not only is everything in nature unique, like no snowflake is the same. So how could we possibly expect people to look and act and feel and think and breathe the same? We're all different, and that's on purpose. So engage those differences, value those differences, find out what makes somebody tick. And if you have the opportunity to share the God who you know and love, do it. But I really think that a true, honest act of worship for a lot of us is to just love others. You know, Jesus himself spent time with those who society called sinners and unclean and ungodly and less than. And he just shared his heart. He told stories. He loved them where they were, and they stuck with him. So I think if you can do the same thing, hey Dawn, if you can be like Jesus in just spending time with the people who are in your life and share your heart and love them where they're at, they're going to stick with you too. And I think that we can all learn and grow from each other because, sure, what you believe is important to you and it's your moral code probably, or you're maybe still figuring out what you believe, but you can always learn from the people around you, even if their beliefs and their practices are different. You can still grow by learning how to love and be kind to those around you who maybe your first inclination is not to be kind to. I think that this is something that as a society we have to do better at. You know, just like if you were to work out, that physical effort of trying to do something you're not good at naturally makes you better. I think that if we as a society just make little efforts every day to be kind, to share love, to seek to understand instead of judge, we could be in such a better place as a whole than we are today. We could be a healthy, happy, thriving group of people, both locally and nationally and internationally. Now, sure, will being kind solve a world war? Probably not, because there are still people who aren't kind. But we can change our worlds. We can solve conflict within our spheres, and that has to spiral outward, right? It's got to. So we're going to be talking more about this, I think, on the blog. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this or ways that you have found help you to engage people who are just different than you in any aspect. But tonight, I just wanted to hop on and share a little bit about that with you because I think it's important for us to work as a community to seek to understand and value each other's differences and value what makes us tick and learn how to love other people in a way that they can receive. So we'll keep talking about it. But that is why I personally don't just isolate myself to like-minded individuals, because I think that can make you a very one-dimensional person. I think it can make you a very ineffective person. You have to be surrounded by people who are different than you, because if you aren't, you will never grow, and they'll never grow, and you'll never become better or stronger or a more loving or kind person. You'll stay the same or get worse. No one wants that, right? So I want to encourage you all this weekend, no matter where you are or what you're doing, seek to be kind, seek to be loving, have a conversation with someone who is different than you, and don't talk to them to reply. Just listen, seek to understand this week, and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear it. I'll be seeking to do that too, so I'll let you know if I come into any kind of situation that's out of the ordinary for me. But thanks for watching, thanks for chatting with me, and until next time, I will be talking to you. You can check out more about this topic and a bunch of others on my website, letstalkworship.com. And you can engage the conversation via video or chat or commenting or reading. Feel free to share anything that speaks to you and let me know what you think and what you're growing in and what your journey is like right now. I really love hearing from you guys. Most of my Facebook friends are people who I actually know and have journeyed through some part of life together. So hit me up. Let me know what you think. I hope you're having a beautiful Friday evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.